conversation at the end of the event, and I think it was pretty clear that all the people who were at the playtest thought that Kra was too much, and Ankama understands and they will do something about it. So be prepared to see some changes to make it more viable, and maybe buff some other classes or also nerf some of the Kra OP stuff. But we can go into the things which are released by now, but be prepared, they may change. Let's go.
Yeah, so first things first, the Flesh Absorbent, the first in the list. So the only thing that change is...
yeah, well, we can skip it because it's just damage. Yeah. Let's go to the more important ones.
So...
damage, pushback, or no, pull. So the second one is pull, the third one is chance damage and buffs for the next turns. Then the next one...
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's like Atonement, but it can be done every turn, and you need to do it every turn to keep up the damage. So you must... It's a must use every turn to keep up high damage. Not like Atonement, which once every 2 turns.
Well, 3 for
yeah,
the
3 turns.
For the chance one.
Next
the
one,
luck one, you mean?
The next one is interesting. It pulls and it wait, it pulls
so
someone to you
it pulls the enemy,
yeah.
And if you launch it on an ally, it will make him get to you from one case.
Ooh.
One case, sorry.
That's very cool. You can do something weird with this. It's 2 to 6 range. Modifiable, so it can be 2 to 12 if you got max range.
Yeah, even
more.
2 to 19 because you are a Kra.
Yeah, if you choose to keep the range buffing spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. This one is the one everyone talked about. It's Despairing Arrow.
I'm not sure this is the one you think about, but yeah, this one is pretty strange. I don't know what to think about it. So it will subtract to you 100 movement points, and to the enemy also.
Yeah, it's to immobilize you and the enemy. Yeah.
It has a very short range, and it doesn't make you have the anti-teleportation state. I don't know the English name.
Oh, yeah, it's not like Eye of Spell, because it does not inflict gravity state.
Yeah.
But it does make 100 MP.
The big fact about this spell is that if you are doing it in a PvP use, you're going to lose all your MP, but the enemy, if he has a Sacre or something like that,
he can still do it.
You will be fucked.
But
like,
there's more spells which do minus 100 MP. So when you already did one of the other spells which inflict minus 100 MP on yourself, it's kind of free to also use this, because you already have minus 100 MP.
Yeah.
So you can maybe use it with one of the upcoming spells together.
But you need to also take the fact that it is 5 AP, which is a very big amount of AP.
It's way too much. Maybe they need to buff this to 3 AP or something.
I think 4 AP will be fine, because it will not be OP, but it will be more reasonable.
But they told us they may change, so nothing is said. Oh wow, the next one, Erosion.
Yeah, this one is pretty huge, but you need, like always, to take one thing in mind.
The range.
The range. Yeah. The range is very, very, very short, especially on Kra.
Yeah, Kra
which is supposed to be a very ranged class. If you are this close to the enemy, this is not really a big deal to have this spell, especially when you see that it is a variant of a spell that allows you to be very distant to your enemy.
Yeah, maybe you can do it if the enemies come close to you. You put this on them and you push them away and run away. Well.
Yeah, but this is the variant of the best spell in order to just.
Yeah, it's the variant of the pushing spell, so you cannot do both. Yeah, I agree. So Destructive Arrow, it does not take off damage, but it push. Yeah.
Just a thing that is not very That's probably bugged or I don't know. But the icon is in blue, but it is a strength spell.
Oh well, yeah, the erosion one, it's strength. Yeah,
It's strength,
I
but
see it.
the icon is blue. So just a thing.
Yeah, that's pretty important. So a lot of strength spells. Wow.
Yeah, a very big amount of strength spells, but
Ooh, next one, it's healing.
no, you skipped one.
Yeah, the push.
The
It's just push and not
Shield Barrage,
take off damage.
but yeah.
Normally it's minus 50 damage. Now it's push.
So the healing one.
Ooh, it's weird.
So it's pretty huge to be honest. It's heal, so 10 to 12% max HP,
Yeah.
and it'll also buff by 130%.
The
All
heals.
the heals that is going to take the same person,
Yeah.
the same
For one turn,
character.
the incoming heals will be 30% more. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a spell variant of Potioned Arrow, which if you are strength, you want Potioned Arrow. But if you're not
Yeah,
strength, you
for
can
sure.
take this.
I wouldn't take this variant to be honest, because even if it allows you to give a lot of heal,
Mm-hmm.
that's not worse because you will get a lot of erosion, and
Yeah. In
that's absolutely worthless in my opinion.
yeah, but heals are still good. So maybe some
Yeah.
people will use it for team
you can-
fighting.
Yeah.
Next one.
So next one, it is
Fire damage. It's AOE.
it is a flaming arrow, but like
Sideways.
the flamethrower of the Yupa mage.
Yeah, it's sideways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just burning arrow sideways. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still in a line.
And
Next one. AOE.
like
AP. Whoa.
just to talk about one thing.
Yeah.
Just look at the range of the the previous spell.
Yeah. 2 to
That's
5.
very bad. Like really,
Not
that's
buffable. So all the int spells, because the next int spell is also 2 to 6. It's not a lot.
yeah. But
5 AP cost.
it is very very huge.
Yeah, the next
this
spell,
spell.
it's AOE minus 4 AP. Whoa. It's a
And
plus.
I mean, it changed one of the worst spell on Kraz right now. So
It's Ice Arrow. Oh yeah, it's the useless AP
You-
reaping.
it's like the most useless
I know it.
spell on Kraz right now.
It's the
So
3 AP reaping int spell.
there is no question you are going to take the variant.
So this is gonna change
For sure.
because they need to be 50-50. That's a very important thing Ankama told us. They wanted it to be 50-50. So
Yeah.
everything will
So
change.
I think this is going to be nerfed, like
yeah.
maybe
More AP
less
cost?
less damage, and
Yeah.
3 AP instead of 4, because 4 is way too much.
Yeah, AOE is already enough of a buff. You don't also
Yeah.
need more damage and more, yeah. So
I mean,
next one.
like,
Hmm?
yeah. No, never mind. So next one.
Air damage.
It's like the
Oh, it's just the air damage atonement kind of thing, but then every turn.
that's like the chance one we already talk about. The water one, I mean.
Can you do the mask? Yeah, we do the mask next.
Masked are very
So
OP.
bad.
But
Yeah.
they are fucking OP, to be honest.
Yeah, I like it
I-
because everyone said it was the worst class in the game, and now it's good.
It wasn't at all. That
It
was
was.
just. It was so good. I
Yeah.
don't understand why it got so
Like-
much variance. It was a good class. I
You
don't
saw it
understand.
on the tournaments. It was very good used a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay.
you know,
People complain and Ankama responds.
when
and now it's
when
okay.
a class is not very played, I mean,
Yeah, they just
there
buff
is
it.
a lot of chances that people are going to complain about this.
Yeah, people will complain
They-
about everything which is new, so eventually
Yeah.
they will they will turn everything okay. So it's good.
So next spell,
Big range, air damage. It's showing fire sign, but it's air.
yeah, and so this is only one hit per target.
Yeah, but it's big range.
It's fairly good. It's very good to be
It's
honest.
big damage for 3 AP, and
Yeah.
it's magic arrow. So yeah, if you're agility,
And-
you definitely take this. It's two different elements. a fire
In the
spell
description.
to ins-
And in the description, I don't know how it's supposed to work, but it will also make the
Around.
target goes to you.
Atterri
I-
vers la cible.
I don't-
Yeah, it pulls
I don't
the
know
enemy.
the amount, but I
Yeah.
think it would work like how to say,
Attract.
like attract, but it is not in a linear.
Oh, it's
It
not.
is not
Oh,
a linear spell, so I don't know how they are going to make it work.
that's interesting.
I think
A
like
non-linear attracting spell.
it is not linear, but it is attracting. So we will see.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like the idol, I think. Yeah, Manaoni. You're right.
And tormenting, it's weird. Oh, it's potion damage for 2 turns, but non-crit based, so it's variant.
Okay,
to the...
so this one, this is the most broken spell variant of all, in my opinion.
Well, you cannot use
This
it
one.
as a crit no marrow
Yeah.
set.
This will make Kraz build their stuff around something else, like no crits but a lot of damage.
Yeah,
But
the new OP non-crit set.
If you have this one with a Fuggernaut and you use the strength level 90 spell, you are just going to make around 1000 damage on every pushback. Even if you don't have any pushback damage,
This
you are going
triggers
to
on pushback.
around. Yes, you are going to do around 1000 damage on every pushback. That's
So this is a potion.
huge.
It's
That's a huge spell.
insane range, like 2 to 7 plus 6 plus 6, so it's 2 to 19 range.
The only
4
thing
AP
is
and
that
pushback. Wow.
it is a linear spell.
Oh, pushback
Only thing to take
will
time.
be a thing. Like pushback Kra, pushback mask, pushback everything will be a new thing now. Wow.
So just another thing, you can do double pushback damage, like with I don't know what it's called. The class spell, which can
Yeah,
the
we'll look at it later.
dispersion. I don't know the name in English.
Oh, the class spell. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, the class spell that's spread
pushes.
in across.
Yeah, it pushes like a plus, but then more,
Yes.
a little bit more than a plus.
And because of that, it pushing in a zone.
Yeah.
So you can do double pushback damage on the same target. And
With
if
Fogger
it
now-
does like if it is like the Fuggernaut,
Yeah.
you will be able to do double damage and do like 2000 damage with this single spell that isn't supposed to do damage at all.
Wow. Yeah.
Just right now,
It's
I
OP.
am using this meta with Fuggernaut.
You can use it with
And,
IOP as well, still with intimidation, the pushing spell.
Yeah, but it is not a double pushback thing.
No, okay, it's not double pushback. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. It's
Next
puntive
one.
arrow, and it's you need. It's like the rogue spell. Don't use MP to get maximum damage. If you use MP, it will do less.
Yeah.
So if you have 6 and you use 3 MP, you will do 50% of what's displayed here. But so click this before you walk. Yeah, that's basic.
To be honest, it looks very bad. Like
Well, it's a
the
5
minimum
AP.
range, it is a 5 AP, and the minimum range is way too big to
But
be
it's-
viable in.
It's
PvP.
2 times the turn, 1 times the target. So, well, if you have 10
Yeah.
AP, you can do it like 2 times 80 damage. That's insane. Like if you for 10 AP, 2 times 80 damage, but you cannot walk before. Yeah, that's the only thing.
I won't consider it as a good spell in my opinion, but yeah,
No,
this
I
can be
may like
used
it.
at
Yeah, 80 damage is insane. So if you can just click 80 damage immediately for 5 AP, it's decent. It's point and
Yeah.
click, easy, big damage. Okay, next one, water damage.
Okay, this one is pretty good. So,
We're taking way too long on Kara. It's so exciting.
oh sorry,
No, it's good.
sorry,
but
sorry.
It's all. Everything is too good. We need to go over everything because it's game
So
changing.
this one spell, you will apply a buff on the enemy, and it will subtract AP on the enemies that are around this target, and you can do it twice on the same target. That's way too good. That's
Well,
that's
it
like
depends on how
I
many
don't know.
AP.
Yeah, it depends also on that, but
It should be
I
one.
think you're.
But still, it's too good
Yeah,
for one.
I hope this is only one because it will be insane.
But still, with one, it's too much.
Yeah, in the description it says some AP, so it may be two, so it will be like the most broken shit ever, but
Yeah, they will
we will
change.
see, we will see.
Okay, next one. This is big.
Yeah, so I'm not
I saw
really.
it. I saw it happen. This will change your appearance to some kind of weird bow ranger thingy. It will do minus 100 MP and it will inflict your final damage. So if you do 1000 damage, and it will increase by 50% final damage, meaning you will do 1500. It's final damage. It's insane. But it will take minus 100 MP. 4 AP spell cost as well. It's only for this one turn. So when you click it, for example, you have 11 AP, and you click the spell, you use 4 AP already for getting this buff. You only have limited AP left. You only have 7 AP left to do damage, to use the 50% final damage. So, well, yeah.
So, in my opinion, the big thing that would make this spell very OP is if you can just be with the panda, and
Yes.
if the panda is just taking you, the panda will have the minus 100 MP, and you will don't have it. If this is the case, that's absolutely broken.
I'm
but
not sure. If they will.
otherwise, I don't think that's really OP as fuck like most people think. Because
it's only once every 4 turns. It's 4 AP,
yeah.
so you only have it that single turn. You only have 7 AP left. If you are 11, maybe you have 9 with any Ripsa +2.
That's just a way of playing cross. Like there are critical damage cross right now, which will take a lot of goods from the non-variant spell, while the charge cross will take a lot of good things from this one spell. So it depends on how you play your Kra, and you will see what is the best option.
Yeah, it's true. Ooh, wow, the next one looks very cool. It's AoE, it's 3 AP, it's insane range, AOE. It's big damage.
Big damage, and it also makes the non-TP state.
Gravity state? What?
Yeah.
Gravity state AoE?
Yeah.
This looks more broken than
the AoE
above,
is like... what is the AoE like? I don't think there is a single spell doing this kind of AoE.
The new SRAM traps, or the new SRAM chance spell and traps to it, and like a lot of classes have this new AoE. A lot.
Okay.
It's very common now.
But you have the picture of the AoE, so you know.
Yeah, you see it on the picture.
Like.
I hold my mouse around it now. Yeah, next one. This is very hyped about, but well, it's decent. It's not that OP, I think. So it's a summon, it's a turret. What does it do?
So you are summoning Kra, like you. No, how to say that? Well, you are summoning something.
Yeah,
and at the beginning of your next turn, you will be at the position of this turret, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's like a harpooner turret-ish thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is getting killed after it take your position.
I think, but it also does some damage, right? Where it buffs something.
No, this is the next one. The last summoning.
Oh, there's another turret. Yeah. Well, okay. Let's go over the one in between real quick. Shoot, it's range buff variant. 5 AP cost. Every 4 turns. Yeah.
So you don't have to care about a line of sight.
Yeah. So for this one single turn, you will be able to cast out of sight spells. But it costs 5 AP, meaning you will have 6 AP left if you're not AP buffed. If you have some AP left, you may have 8 AP left to deal out of sight, which means you can do Atonement and Puntive outside of So
Yeah.
I think the only thing which they can fix to prevent OP from this is like do not add puntive and atonement on this, and it's good.
Adding what? Sorry?
If they disable puntive and atonement arrow on out of sight, if they do that, I think it's already fixed because every other spell will be viable out of sight with this spell. Because it is already 5 AP and it's once every 4 turns. It's just don't
Yeah.
put the insane buffed spells on it. Every normal spell can be cast out of sight, sure. For this.
I don't know, we
penalty.
will see.
I think
But
this
I
will
don't
be changed.
think this is really OP to be honest, because you will have less range because of this is a variant of the spells that is supposed to give you
Well, yeah,
range.
true. And it's
So-
5 AP, it's once every 4 turns. It's pretty viable. It's so
It is
much
not
fun.
that big of a deal in my opinion, because
It's just once every 4 turns and costs all your AP. And you don't have the range. Well, yeah. Okay, let's get to the turret. Let's go because we
so
spent
the
20 minutes on
last
this
the
now.
last turret. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's good.
So
I like
the
it.
last one is
Good content.
it's
Damage.
it increases the damage of all the allies that are aligned with this
Next to
summon.
it. Yeah, right next to it. You get damage buff.
It don't looks to be right next to it. It looks more like aligned
right.
to it,
Okay.
because the spell zone is everybody in the description. So I think this is like the very OP Doffers, the 7% healing in line. This will be the exact same thing, I think.
Well, it's interesting. Yeah. So overall, Kra, got something about it? What would you say, like overall Kra? What's the new thing?
The new thing would be the spell I talk about, the 1000 damage on pushback.
Yeah. So
if
the
you are
pushback-
coupling it with Fuggernaut.
Yeah.
And the chance spells that make AP rape in a zone
Yeah.
for 2 AP.
That's like the two really big things. And then the things
Yeah.
which are hyped about on the internet is the out of sight and the 50% final damage.
Yeah, but I don't think this is there is a lot to talk about. I think no, I don't think this is really OP because you have to spend like 13 AP in order to
Yeah.
do an expiation with boss of the spell. Like 13 AP. You can do so much damage without it.
Well, yeah, we'll see. They will
We will see,
buff
yeah.
it. They will change. It's a good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I have something to tell about? So well, there were also 4 winners of a tournament of a French